Hey everybody, it's Tiana, TerrasMommaVSG. I am here with my week 6 post-op VSG update. I am driving, so I probably won't be looking too much at you guys, but at least you guys can get a video up for me because I didn't get a chance to do one yesterday. This evening and stuff I'll be busy. I'm working the rest of the day, and then I have clients tonight, so yeah, I probably won't have a chance to make a video unless I do it now. So yeah, week 6, it was a really good week. I'll go ahead and tell you guys the numbers. Highest weight ever recorded, end of September 2013, 274.4. Surgery weight 254.4, and that was December 19th, 2013. And then last week I weighed in at 231.4 for the second week in a row because I lost nothing last week. It was kind of a crappy week, I guess, whatever. But this week was a good week, and I weighed in at 228.8, and that put me at a 2.6 pound loss for this week. So that is awesome, and I will definitely take it. I feel like I did really good this week. I'll get into all that later, but yeah, so as far as my weight goes though, I didn't actually get a chance, sorry, my wrist is killing me. I didn't get a chance to weigh myself on my normal scale because I left my normal scale at my mother's house. I have clients out there, or I had clients out there over the weekend, and I'm a daily weigher, so I took it with me, and then I had to rush out of the house because I had to be back in my hometown for another client. So I completely spaced it and forgot it, and so I wasn't gonna make her drive all the way out just to drop off a scale for me. So yeah, I just went ahead and weighed myself on the scale that I had, my backup scale that I had at home that is usually weighing, if I weigh myself at the exact same spot, both scales at the exact same spot, the one I have at home, or my backup one, is usually like a pound to a pound and a half or two, I guess it depends on what clothes I'm wearing and whatever, but normally I weigh myself with nothing. It usually is a pound to a pound and a half off on average, telling me I weigh more than my one I weigh on regularly. So that was confusing, a lot more confusing than it needed to be. So yeah, I probably could have actually put up a better number for this week, but because I didn't have my normal scale, I'm not gonna just assume that I could have lost my loss would have been 3 or 3.5, 4 pounds or whatever, because I didn't have a scale. I didn't have the number in front of me to tell you guys that. So maybe next week my number will be a little bit higher, because I'll have my my normal scale back, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that is kind of the gist for that. As far as the week goes, like I said, it was a good week. I kept my carbs. I feel like I got a bubble in my throat or something. I kept my carbs below like 50 net carbs. That was my goal for the week. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 days where it was like 55, 57-ish net carbs. So I think I nailed it there. Like, it's all crooked. Sorry, you guys. Yikes. But yeah, so I think I nailed it as far as carbs go, which is awesome. And I'm going to try and do that again for the majority of this week, other than probably Super Bowl, because I know there's going to be bad food around, and I'll probably eat more carbs than I probably should. So I'm going to try and keep them low and only do that one day where it's probably going to be higher than normal. Which actually brings me to my next point, as far as carbs, high, low, all that stuff goes, is I'm going to start doing carb cycling. I've kind of looked into it. I mean, it's not super rocket science or anything. Basically, you do like 2 or 3 days during the week where your carbs are really low, like under 40 net carbs probably, or 30 net carbs if you can do that. And then you'll have like 2 days where your carbs are like 75 to 100, and that kind of, I guess, to make a long story short of what I read, basically like shocks your body, and it keeps your weight loss moving. It keeps your body guessing. It keeps your body on its toes, and It helps you burn more fat that way. Your body doesn't feel like it's starving itself. It feels like it's getting, you know, it's getting what it wants, but not like every single day, you know. So you're I don't know, basically it's like a, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. Basically you eat low carbs a couple days during that week, and then you eat a little bit higher carbs during a couple days that week, and then you just rotate on through. You kind of play with it. You can do like 4 and 1 or 3 and 2, or, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you find kind of works for your body. Sorry if you guys can hear my blinker. I gotta wait for traffic. But yeah, so that is kind of what I'm going to be doing for the next few. Whoa. My thing totally just fell when I turned. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. Took you guys on a little ride with me. So yeah, that's going to be my thing for the next few weeks. I'm going to kind of play with it a little bit and see what works for me, like I said, and everybody kind of do the same, see what works for you guys, if you want to do it, or if you are doing it, whatever. And yeah, I'm going to hopefully get some results out of it, I guess. And it's good for me because, you know, I'll get a couple days where I'll be able to eat just a few more carbs and maybe a few things that, you know, wouldn't normally eat, like maybe a piece of like toast or some pasta or something. I know I'm trying to stay away from that as much as absolutely possible. And I might be able to have a few alcoholic beverages, which I know have sugar and carbs in them, and maybe some fruit, because I've been craving fruit like crazy lately. And I didn't really realize how many carbs are in like an apple. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think a small apple or medium-sized apple that I had, which once I cut it up and took the skin off and everything, was probably a small apple, had about 15 carbs in it and 15 sugars. So I mean, it's like double whammy there. So yeah, those are going to be things that I'll be able to kind of indulge in a little bit more when I have my higher carb days. So what else to talk about? I guess an NSV for this week is really, I'm starting to feel my energy level going up, which is awesome. I'm starting to feel like my body is responding to the all right, sorry about that, guys. I just had an alarm go off on my phone and it cut the video off. So what was I saying? NSVs. Yeah, I feel like my energy level's coming up. It's finally starting to respond to the weight loss that I've had. I'm down 25.5 pounds since surgery and 45.5 pounds since my highest weight. So that is almost 50 pounds from my highest weight, you guys. That's awesome. 50 pounds is a lot. That's a lot of weight. So yeah, my body's really starting to feel good. I'm feeling like I can just do more without getting exhausted, especially this week since I've been full on back to work and lots of clients and all that stuff. I feel like I just have more gusto to do more massages back to back. And when I go to my private client's house, I don't feel like I'm completely exhausted just getting my table from my car to their front door like I was before. Like just doing that before, I would just be winded and I would already be sweating and just tired already. So I've definitely noticed that has been a good change. That, you know, I'm not as exhausted by the end of the day in general. So yeah, that's awesome. I already told you guys about my NSVs for my work clothes, but as far as work people go, everyone is really like, wow, you look really good. I can see it in your face. You're looking awesome. They're asking me how much weight I've lost. So I watched somebody's video. I think it was Little Aussie Mel's video, where she was talking about how for her, when people talk about, tell her how much weight they've lost and that she looks really good now and blah, 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 that, that's kind of a anti-compliment in a way, because they're thinking you look better now than you did before, which when they really didn't like the way you looked before, more or less, and they like the way you look better now, as to where I think it was her best friend said that she can't really, she doesn't notice much of a weight loss because it was never an issue for her, I guess. So I can see her point in that. I also can see, you know, where it's a good thing, you know, that people notice your weight loss. At least for me, I think I like the compliments that I'm getting so far. I mean, I'm nowhere near my goal. I still have another like 70-ish pounds to go, and I'll talk about my goal in just a minute because I changed it a little bit. But yeah, I'm loving it. I think it's awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for that. Yeah, it's goal wise, I lowered, or my goal was 150. My ultimate goal was 150. But then when I looked at the BMI for my height and everything, it was like 21 or 22 or something. And I don't really need my BMI to be that low. That's like almost to, I mean, 25 and under is a normal weight. So that's like, I don't need to be any lower than a 24 at the very lowest. So I upped my goal weight to 160, which will put me at like just under a 24 BMI. Gosh, I feel like I'm just phlegmy today or something. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that and see kind of how I feel at 160. I mean, if I get to 160 and I feel like I still have ways to go and I still have more weight I want to lose and my body's not where I want it to be and so on and so forth, then I mean, maybe I'll lower it. But I don't want to get my goal at 150 and then lose more than I probably should, and I don't want to look, you know, frail or too thin, which to me seems impossible. I've never had the thought of that I would ever be too thin in my entire life. But yeah, so I'm gonna just do that and see how it goes as far as, you know, that. So that puts me at like 70 pounds left to go, I think. 60, yeah, about 70 pounds, because I'm about I'm right at under 230, so 68 pounds, something like that. I am gonna stop rambling now. I'm almost to work, and that's pretty much all I have to talk about this week, you guys. I mean, it wasn't super exciting. I mean, nothing major really happened, just kind of going with the flow these days. And yeah, so I will see you guys next week for week 7 post-op. Bye.